Hello, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for watching TCM. Tonight, on this first Saturday of 2026, we're going back in time for a trio of sci-fi films from the 1950s. All of them blend together a pretty reliable mix: Cold War paranoia and the lingering hangover from Orson Welles' dramatically impactful 1938 radio adaptation of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. Later, we'll have two deadly alien invasions, but we begin with a danger that comes from something far more threatening. From Paramount in 1951, When Worlds Collide. Working out of a South African observatory, a scientist makes an alarming discovery. The star and its planet are hurtling toward Earth. Within a year, earthquakes, tidal waves, and other disasters will wreak havoc before the Earth is smashed to atoms. In the movie, humanity's only hope lies not in misdirecting the approaching planets. Rather, our future lies in building a rocket to escape. The rocket is being financed by a millionaire who's more than a little strange. 75 years later, strange millionaires have morphed into strange billionaires. When Worlds Collide is the brainchild of producer George Pal. Pal found great success in the 1940s with his Puppetoons. The short animated films made with inventive techniques earned multiple Academy Award nominations and also got Pal an honorary Oscar. When Worlds Collide was one of the first live-action films using Pal's groundbreaking ideas. Paramount bought the rights to the novel in the 1930s, eyeing it as a suitably over-the-top spectacle for Cecil B. DeMille. The studio eventually gave up on the project, labeling it as too fantastic, and promptly forgot about it. Years later, George Pal bought the rights from Paramount, reworked the story, and almost immediately sold it back to the studio after he'd had success with the 1950s sci-fi film Destination Moon. Pal went on to produce several well-loved fantasy and sci-fi films, including The Time Machine, released in 1960, and Seven Faces of Dr. Lao from 1964. This one is directed by Rudolph Maté. It picked up an Oscar for its eye-popping special effects. From Paramount in 1951, When Worlds Collide. When Worlds Collide is something of a grandfather to modern apocalyptic disaster movies like Armageddon, 2012, and Deep Impact. It was based on a popular Depression-era novel influenced by biblical depictions of mankind's inevitable doom. The novel was written by American authors Edwin Ballmer and Philip Wiley. It became a highly influential work in the emerging sci-fi genre, even though it's essentially a retelling of Noah's Ark with a few shiny galactic bells and whistles. After its success, the pair quickly wrote a sequel, After Worlds Collide, which told the story of these space settlers in their strange new world and cast Russians, Germans, and the Japanese as villains. Considering the time, that was fairly prescient storytelling. After Paramount's success with When Worlds Collide, producer George Pal had hoped to make a movie out of After Worlds Collide, even convincing the studio to secure the rights, but nothing ever came of it. Coming up, aliens pop in and say hello, but we Earthlings don't really like uninvited guests. Earth versus the Flying Saucers is next as our night of 1950s sci-fi continues on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, Earth versus the Flying Saucers. Then Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. And later, The Second Woman. Noir Alley's got double the trouble tonight.